Hey, Pastor, have you ever been caught in a situation where no matter what decision you made, you knew someone was going to criticize you? What if I told you Jesus faced that exact pressure and what he did next will reshape how you can lead under tension? Welcome, friends, to Pastor Soul Reset. Just a few minutes to realign your heart and refocus your calling. And remember that before you lead others, Jesus is leading you. In Mark chapter 12, verses 13 through 17, Jesus is being set up. The Pharisees and the Herodians, two groups that normally don't even like each other, join forces with one goal: trap Jesus. And they come with flattery. Teacher, we know that you're a man of integrity. But Jesus sees right through it. Then comes the question: is it right to pay taxes to Caesar or not? It's a trap. If Jesus says yes, he loses credibility with the people. If he says no, he risks punishment from Rome. And here's what's powerful. Jesus refuses to be forced into a false choice. He asks for a coin. Whose image on it, he asks. They say Caesar's. Then he says, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and give to God what is God's. So, what exactly is happening here? Well, Jesus is exposing motives. He is recentering authority. Yes, government has a place, but God has ultimate authority. And here's the deeper insight. Yes, the coin bears Caesar's image, so it, as in taxes, it belongs to Caesar, but you bear God's image. That means you belong to God. So what are we meant to see in Jesus in this exchange? Well, we see clearly that he's not manipulated by pressure. He discerns motives beneath the words. He holds authority above every competing voice. Jesus is steady. He's clear. He's unshaken. Pastor, this has a direct application to your role because ministry constantly puts you in no-win situations. People expect answers. Culture demands alignment. Leaders want clarity. Critics are watching, and if you're not careful, you'll start leading to avoid traps instead of leading to simply follow Jesus in truth. Were there moments in ministry where I felt squeezed? Of course. If I led this way, I'd lose these people. If I led that way, I'd lose other people. And in those moments, the temptation is real. Compromise clarity just to keep the peace. But Jesus reminds us, don't play that game. Don't let pressure dictate your leadership. Let truth anchor it. You might ask yourself, where am I currently being pulled into a false choice instead of standing firm on God's authority to what I know to be true? See, this passage calls for a reset, a reminder that you are not ultimately accountable to public opinion, but you're accountable to God's ownership over your life. You bear his image. Your ministry belongs to him. So here's a couple of ways that you can live this out. Number one, clarify your primary allegiance. Start this week by asking, am I leading for approval or am I leading for obedience? And then secondly, refuse false dilemmas. Not every either or is real. Ask, God, what is a third way of answering this issue in honoring you? Now, let me give you one more line to carry with you. To lead with clarity, you must constantly reaffirm who truly owns your life. Next time on Pastor Soul Reset, we'll look at a moment where Jesus confronts spiritual confusion about the Messiah, and it'll challenge how we understand his identity and, as a result, how we understand our leadership. If this moment strengthened your heart and encouraged you in some way, I'd ask you to subscribe to my channel, drop a quick comment, but most of all, never forget, as you carry the burdens of others, Jesus is carrying you. I'll see you next time on Pastor Soul Reset.